Good morning, guys. Didn't take long, did it? Didn't take long. DJ and Donnie in the morning. Oh, yes, we are, Jonathan. Holy cow. Holy cow. Do you like football? Jeez. Do you love big Super Bowl-ish events? Flasher, whatever that is. Oh, my glasses are flashing, yeah. Joshua and Jonathan in the house. That was Newsroom News by Spence. Good morning. Is it a good morning? I'm not sure it's a good morning. Florida Drew in the house. And wow. That's all I got to say is wow. Is Uncle Andy going to join us today? I don't know. Thanks for joining. It's 30 degrees and it's starting to snow here in Chicago. We're going into below freezing weather for the next 4 or 5 days. So got my snow blower down. I got that. Maybe I'll do a video, show you my snow blower. It's working fine. A shout out to my old neighbor, Hassam, who sold me his snow blower so I could upgrade mine. There you go. Yeah, New Orleans. Let's talk about New Orleans. Happy New Year. Yeah, it's 2025 and we know it. Jeez. We knew this was going to happen sooner or later. You can't let, what's the figures now? I think 20 million in the last 4 years. There have been like 20 million people that have crossed our border, and we just let them in. What do we expect, right? What do we expect? I think they were on alert though. Yeah, almost Trump train time. You damn right. And what coincides in Illinois with Trump train, I'm hearing, is Yangling time. We getting a rollout of Yangling in Illinois come the end of January. I'm so told by the barkeeps around here. So Uncle Andy in the house, Matthew Stringer. There, thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Where are you from, Matthew? I've seen you around. Don't know exactly where you hail from. My friend. We got Jonathan Fran from Italy. We got Josh from Texas. Uncle Andy in Naples, Florida. Bourbon on Trent. What the hell is that? Spaghetti time. Yeah. So let me just fill in that yesterday. I mean, they were treating this as they were treating New Year's as a big time event in New York City, Chicago, and it sounds like maybe New Orleans. Oh, bourbon, that's what you're talking about. Well, where are you from, Matthew? I like to know where people are from so I can relate to you. You're just Matthew Stringer from nowhere. Anyway, Chicago, they canceled all the police days off. They had a huge contingent in downtown Chicago. I'm not sure they had big crowds downtown Chicago for New Year's, but they had some. So you're from UK, Matt. Where about in the UK? Staffordshire. Never heard of that. Anyway, but I'll Google it and find out where the hell it's at, because we got a lot of people from Devon, and in Yorkshire, Halifax. We got Matthew Wrights from Halifax. There you go. We got a strong contingent of Brits here. Oh. There you go. Bourbon. I have to Google that. It doesn't mean anything to Bourbon on Trent. It's next to Yorkshire pudding. And they call it toad with a hole or something over there too. There's there's some variation of Yorkshire pudding, or they use Yorkshire pudding to make something called toad in a hole. So there you go. There you go. Go Google or do a Wikipedia on Yorkshire, England. My God, they got like about a 20-page write-up. Everything you wanted to know about Yorkshire. It's a hell of an old city. It's been around forever. So you do some enjoyable reading on that. It goes back to like before Christ, I do believe. It was complete. So anyway, yeah, Chicago, they were really ready for anything. And they should, because it's Chicago, right? You piss off the wrong people in Chicago and things happen, right? It used to be my paisan friends that made things happen in Chicago, but not anymore. Um, there you go. And what do you mean, Yorkshire? Jonathan, you're from Italy, aren't you? You're 50% British, but you're from Italy, aren't you? What do you identify with, my friend? Are you one of these people that identify differently every day? Jesus. Jesus. Oh, we got Jesus here too. Just in case anyone says Jesus, we got Jesus. Say your prayers. I hope those people in New Orleans are saying their prayers. Yeah, here's the ex-mayor. Oh, there you go. I'm not sure Brandon Johnson could handle what just happened in New Orleans, and he's almost useless. Brandon Johnson is he's destroying the city on purpose. He's like our friend Joey Bergen. You know what I'm saying? He's like our friends Joey Bergen. So let me see what we got here.
Did you know some drivers are ditching their car and
See what's going on. So there's 10 people confirmed dead and 30 injured. They think they've got some IEDs involved. And yeah, here's bourbon right here. Had some bourbon last night. There you go. There you go, Redneck Riviera. Oh, let's see what they got to say in good old New Orleans
All right,
here.
Sam Vinaigrette, thank you so much. We're going to continue to check in with you. And joining us now is Mary Ellen O'Toole, former senior FBI criminal profiler, and she's now director of the Forensic Science Program at George Mason University in Virginia. Mary Ellen, thanks so much for joining us. Now we have learned, we have confirmed through law enforcement sources that the suspect is deceased. If you can talk about what work goes on now that we know that the initial threat is over, what takes place now?
Sure. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Well, one of the important things for the FBI and law enforcement to consider, and they are considering that at this point, is are there other events that could occur? And what I mean by that is, did this individual think enough ahead or plan enough ahead to place, for example, an explosive device in another location? So are there still ongoing threats to the public? And they have to discern that and make sure that the general public is safe. Because at this point, we know what we know in terms of what happened in New Orleans, but we don't know if the plan was even bigger and greater than that. So they really do have to plan for that. But now what they're looking at is to better understand when this plan was initially started and what went into it and who else may have known about it. And I know the last person you talked to referenced that, and that's very important. Not necessarily because the person that's responsible, the person that's dead now, not because they had a partner, but because other people may have seen the warning behaviors and just didn't come forward to law enforcement. We do know that these kinds of crimes, they just don't happen in a vacuum. This person who planned this didn't do it as the invisible man. So he had to think about it, plan it, get the weapons, if there were explosive devices.
There you go. There's some gory graphic images. what's going on in New Orleans, and the lady brings up some good points. Was this a big part of a bigger plan? Because today is the Sugar Bowl. I'm not sure who's playing in the Sugar Bowl today. Anyone know what's going on at the Sugar Bowl? We got part of the college football, whatever they call it, Sugar Bowl. Who's playing Sugar Bowl? Notre Dame and Georgia. Oh, okay. So we're talking big crowds. They pull a lot of people. I'm sure. Although this happened at like 3 in the morning. I mean, who's out at 3 in the morning that's going to be going to the Sugar Bowl game too? But anyway, there were people out, and supposedly this guy was in a pickup truck, and he went around some barriers and everything. So he was hell bent on causing some commotion, and he did get out of his truck at the end with his pew pew. There you go. And he went down in a blaze of glory. He hit a couple of cops. I heard 2 cops. They're in stable condition. I don't know how badly he hit them, but he did hit 2 cops with his pew pew. And now they're trying to figure out where they're at. Looked like he crashed into a chair. That's possible. That's possible. Maybe the police were using the cherry picker as kind of an advantage point for crowd control or something. But it's already been handed over to the FBI. Joey Bergen has been briefed on what's going on. For what that's worth, I'm not really sure I'm not sure that the White House is gonna do anything. But yeah, Happy New Year. To be perfectly honest with you, I heard yesterday from one channel I watch that the Chinese are amassing their military somewhere in the world. It was just kind of an off-the-hand comment that they are currently amassing their military. So I'm kind of surprised that China hasn't done anything with Taiwan. I really am. If they wanted Taiwan, now's the time to take it, or was the time like a month ago. But I don't know. I mean, now it still would cost. I mean, it still would be a bold move if they take Taiwan. But at this point, I think Joey Bergen would just hand it over to Mr. T and let him take care of it. I do believe, and I think our armed forces are so depleted and with supplies and missiles and stuff. Although I heard yesterday, the last couple of days, we've been running some Houthi bomb runs. Yeah, we've been doing some Houthi stuff. There you go. Been doing some Houthi stuff finally over there in the Middle East, which surprised the hell out of me. I know Israel was, I guess, probably because Israel was making us look bad. TDA gang bum. Yeah, I heard that too, that they're the TDA gang is bum rushing the border the last couple of days as they try to get their high-priced people across the border. The cartels be moving TDA through the border as quickly as they can at this point, because they know they've got 3 weeks, guys. It seems like eternity. Seems like an eternity. 3 weeks before Mr. T makes it. Come on, Mr. T. Fight, 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 my friends. Mr. T in the house. So, I hope you're prepared. I hope you're prepared, right? Are you prepared? Do you have everything that you need to hunker down? Yeah, do you have everything that you need to hunker down for 2 weeks at minimum? Do you have water? Do you have food stuff? Do you have some protection? Do you have some protection? Just basic protection. Do you have some metal? You got some metal and brass? I mean, come on. You need to be prepared, my friends. Do you have a generator? Do you have firewood stacked? Do you have canned goods? Do you have extra propane? Do you have a grill? Yeah, do you have all that stuff? You really need that stuff. I spent the last couple of years. There you go, pepper ball. Yeah, those will work. Those will work. So will this. Here, I'll give a plug out for Illinois product, Vexor, military grade pepper spray. It's 4 ounces. So never like people buy that stuff at like Target, those little things on a keychain. This stuff will shoot a stream of pepper spray like 10, 15 feet. This is like wasp spray, right? You ever see those things, those big cans where you can spray a wasp nest from like 20 feet away? That's what this is. That's what this is. You get these on Amazon, assuming they're legal in your state jurisdiction. You can get them on Amazon, 10, 12 bucks a bottle. So there you go. I'm one of their best customers. WD-40 and a lighter. That'll work too. In a pinch, that will work. There you go. I highly recommend being prepared, my friends. Highly recommend being prepared. Because if you don't have the stuff, you don't have an option, right? That's basically it. If you don't have it, you don't have it, and then you don't have an option. So if you have it, same thing goes for money, right? We talk about a lot about money and I'm not praying to the almighty dollar God. I'd much rather pray to the silver people. Let me pray to the silver people. But anyway, having this stuff, okay, having money, having an emergency fund buys you options, okay? It buys you options. Even though the government can crush the value of your dollar overnight, you still have options with this, right? You get a flat tire or something happens to your car. You have the option of getting it fixed and not having a big problem with it. Or maybe you need to rent a car for a couple of days, or maybe you need to buy a new car. Having the money in the bank or stashed somewhere, right? You gotta have a physical stash somewhere close to you, folks. That's all I'm saying. Yep. Yeah. Don't put all your money in the bank. They just steal from you anything. Oh yeah, give me a sponsorship. Oh man. There you go. A little morning sneeze. So there you go. We got a good crowd this morning. Richard Earl, toilet bowl cleaner and aluminum foil. I haven't heard of that one. I don't know if I'll even try that one. Richard Earl, where are you from, Richard? Where do you hail from, my friend? Are you another Brit? We're big with the Brits. We done be big with the Brits. I don't know why. The British love us over there. I've said this several times. I'm not a big fan of the British family. Austin, PA. I didn't even know there was an Austin in PA. Austin, PA. Never heard of that. Austin, PA. Austin, Pennsylvania. Where is that? Potter County. You're out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like backing up on that, Richard, and I'm not even seeing a city that I even know is in PA. God, you're by the lake. There you go. You're west of Scranton and east of Youngstown. Scranton Joe, yeah. Redneck, PA, pretty close. I don't know. I've never been. It's right in the middle, up towards the north and right in the middle. Williamsport. It's close to Williamsport. We're famous for our dam disaster. Are you close to that town too? What is it? Oh, you're close to Youngstown and you're Cleveland. You're close to Cleveland, my friend. There you go. All right, so we know where you're at. There you go. Hope you bet you're getting some lake effect snow this winter. Yeah, how much snow you had this year already? We're getting a little flurries right now. It's starting to stick here in Illinois. We're heading into winter now here. Things are getting serious here with winter. I'm telling you that. It's 30 degrees here today and probably not going over 32. Good time in the house. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We got free tickets to New Orleans if you want. Jeez. Giving away tickets to New Orleans today. Anyone that wants to go. Jeez. So yeah, we've got an event that's evolving in New Orleans. Let's hope that it's isolated. Yeah, 70. Uncle Andy, you always depress me, my friend. 70 and sunny. Come out and say you're going golfing or fishing. Are you going fishing, my friend? Are you going fishing? Oh, I gotta show you my fishing pictures here. This is what I think of when I think of fishing. Let me see if I can pull some up for you. Let me think if I can pull some fishing pictures up for Uncle Andy. Oh, Uncle Andy. Uncle, do you like to fish, Uncle Andy? Do you go out in the ocean fishing? Do you like to go fishing? Oh man. Here's one picture that'll turn your stomach. Here you go. Oh, there you go. Look at this one. Have you seen this one before? Have you seen Hillary lately? Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ice fishing sucks. There you go. Here you go. How about this one? There you go. Oh, my God. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Oh, my God. Yep. And what do we got here? There you go. There's an intelligence test for you there. I used to have some other ones too. Where else do we got some fishing? Where did the fishing ones go? This isn't fishing related, but that's pretty sweet. There you guys go. There you go. There you go. There's my personal collection of fishing gear. Oh, rainbow. Yeah, there, Richard, on the lake. Yeah, in Lake Erie. I bet you catch some good stuff over there. Oh, yeah. I need. If I go fishing, I need a deckhand. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I need a deckhand. There you go. So, let's see if I can find any. Where did they go? They like disappear. My computer's so disorganized. I have no idea where it all went. There you go. There's some fishing. Here's some fishing pics for you. There you go. There you go. Nothing better than a largemouth bass. There you go. Give me that bass. There you go. Here's a smooching Smooch and pitch. There you go. That looks like an ocean faring woman there. There you go. Love me some fishing. There you go. Look at that. There you go. Little MAGA fishing for you. Get your fishing pole out for MAGA. There you go. Like, share, subscribe if you love fishing. Do you love fishing? Do you love fishing with a fishing attendant? Yeah. We make it a thing. Yeah. Lake Chiquita, New York State for muskie and walleye. Richard Earl be a big fisherman. All right. Well, Richard, now you got to get yourself a fishing attendant next time you go. You need to get yourself a fishing attendant. Kind of like, did you watch the Nashville New Year's Eve last night with Jelly Roll? Did you see Jelly Roll? Oh my Lord. How that guy got famous is beyond me. His wife has got so many artificial things on hers. It's unbelievable. She'd be a former escort. She was an escort when he met her. There you go. The good old Jelly. She was rolling in it for sure. Joshua Kareem, he's in Dallas. You're in the Dallas area. Have you checked out Portillo's down there yet, Josh? Have you participated in Portillo's hot dogs from the Midwest, now in the South? And also Uncle Andy, I think he got some Portillo's maybe a little bit north of you. Have you guys been to a Portillo's hot dogs yet in Texas or Florida? They be coming to a state near you. Yeah, they're expanding big time in Florida and Texas. I think they just opened up a place in Houston. They got a couple in Dallas. I don't know where. They got a couple in Texas. Give it a try. Get yourself a Chicago-style hot dog, or better yet, get yourself one of their Italian beefs. They do a good Italian beef. There you go. And get a tamale. Scrap the fries. Bypass the fries. Just get yourself a tamale. Chicago tamale. There you go. Oh. And well, Uncle Andy, I don't know where you're at in relationship to Fort Myers. I think the former owner of Portillo's, his name is Dick Portillo. He has himself like 150-foot yacht somewhere on the west coast of Florida called the Top Dog. Google the Top Dog. It's like a 150-foot yacht owned by the guy that used to own Portillo's. He in the summer, I don't know if he still has it, but prior to selling Portillo's for almost $1 billion, and he still owns the physical stores. He had a 60-foot yacht on Lake Michigan, and he would always go over to Michigan for the day or week. South Haven, he'd go over there just I don't know. It's probably like an hour and a half tour across the lake here. And he had a nice little 60-foot yacht that he enjoyed, and now he stepped it up to a 150-foot yacht called the Top Dog. There you go. There you go. A little Portillo's knowledge for you. So get that Portillo's. Get yourself some Portillo's. You get a little bit of Chicago street food, my friend. A little Chicago street food. So today be Wednesday, January 1st. Yeah. Before he got divorced. I didn't know he got divorced. Didn't know he got divorced. He loaded. He sold. He had like 35 stores when in the Chicago area, a couple in California and Arizona, when he sold. He got close to $1 billion, and he still owns the physical store, so he's making money off the leases. Big time, big time. Smart move. So he's kind of stepped aside. He was a consultant for them for a couple of years, and now he's kind of stepped aside. There you go. Have you ever seen? I think Trump. No, I haven't seen Trump. Although here in Chicago we have Trump Tower. Every once in a while, when he's coming through the Chicago area, he'll stay overnight in Trump Tower, but not too often. But he's got Trump Tower downtown along the river, right on the Chicago River. And I saw some pictures last night. He had a star-studded New Year's Eve party with Jeff Bezos. Although I think Jeff Bezos don't live too far from Trump. I think Bezos has a home or just bought a home in Miami on that big expensive island where Jay-Z used to live down there in Miami on that island too. I've heard of a couple of people, a lot of people with a lot of money live on that. I think it's called Fisher's Island or something off of Miami. There'd be a lot of rich people there. Yeah, your middle name is literally whiskey. Well, we got some here. There, got a little redneck Riviera there for you from John Rich. Good stuff. Not bad. It's a smooth. It's a drinking whiskey. Definitely a drinking whiskey. It's not harsh. It's pretty smooth. I enjoy it. You can get it at your local liquor store, and a couple of bucks from every bottle goes to Folds of Honor, my friend. Folds of Honor. There you go. So yeah, I hate to bring the bad news to you guys today. There's just a lot happening. Let's go back in and see what's going on in New Orleans here.
This is one of those dynamics that's going to inform, Michael, so many security plans moving forward in so many U.S. cities. As you see this cascading number of vehicular attacks and the fear of copycats, not only, Michael, will this inform things like security for major events like tonight's Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, next month's Super Bowl in New Orleans, but all of these large pedestrian gatherings in major U.S. cities and communities.
Well, you talk about Bourbon Street and protecting those streets. What we know from police right now is they say that they did have barricades in place. This driver apparently drove around or through barricades at a high rate of speed. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussions in the coming days and weeks about whether those barricades should be extended, whether a perimeter around these areas. You mentioned the Sugar Bowl. You mentioned the Super Bowl. How is security going to change at those events based on what happened today? It's going to be a conversation that we'll continue to have.
And here in Washington, D.C., Michael, obviously we're coming up on a whole series of huge pedestrian gatherings. The inauguration is January 20th. We've seen in past inaugurations, there's hundreds of thousands of people, many of whom are making their way to the scene on open streets, or streets where they've found a place to put their car. This is a component of security planning. It may be an increased component of security planning, but one law enforcement official told me recently, we're going to have all those fences around the Capitol on January 6th. It's a homeland security event. The Super Bowl will have bag checks and fencing, but fencing only does so much. It really is the human intelligence on the ground, the analysis of intelligence that is a more comprehensive way of stopping these types of threats. As we saw overnight in New Orleans, barriers and walls and fences only do so much.
All right, Scott McFarland, thank you so much. Earlier, we spoke to witnesses Jim and Nicole Maurer. They're from Des Moines. They were visiting family in New Orleans, and they were on Bourbon Street when the incident happened. Let's take a listen.
It was traveling at a very high rate of speed, and so we were in the middle of the road and managed to run off the road onto the sidewalk and into the doorway of a building for cover. We did hear gunfire, saw police running that direction. We stayed in the alcove until the gunfire stopped, came out into the street, and came across a lot of several people who had been hit. Wanted to see what we could do to help and administer any first aid. The people we came across were unfortunately deceased.
We've been talking this morning with Mary Ellen O'Toole.
So there you go, guys. There you go. Just a little dip into the local CBS News there in New Orleans, and it reminds me of what my mother-in-law, God rest her soul. There you go. Pray for her. May she rest in peace. She always said, she had a good saying that's so true, and I want to pass it on to you guys, that nothing good happens after midnight. So, so true, guys. So true. Nothing good happens after midnight. So even in this day and age, even before midnight, you need to have your head on a swivel. You need to think about where you're at, where you're going, and what you may need based on where you're going. I showed you guys just one piece that you may want to consider in your. I have these in every one of my cars in case I need them. I have some other things in my vehicles too, just in case I need them. So better to be prepared than ill prepared. That's what I'm telling you. Think about it. Think about what you may need, and try to step up your preparedness. Now's the time. Now's the time. Just as Richard Earl said, 19 days, guys. The world's changing right now, but there's going to be big change in the world in 19 days, and there's a lot of demons and a lot of evil out there, and sad to say, it seems like it's growing. The evil is growing, and it's all about good versus evil, my friends. That's what this is all about. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk to you about a book that I just finished from Victor David Hanson. Have you guys heard of Victor David Hanson? He's a frequent contributor on Fox, and I read one of his books just the last month, and had some interesting take on things, on what's been happening in the United States for the last 20 years. And I'll share that with you tomorrow. So I just wanted to drop in here today on January 1st. Yeah. And Mr. T's saying, hey, you know, he knows that the numbers, the economic numbers have been baked. I'm telling you, they've been baked and faked for too long. The reality of where our economy is at is nowhere near what people realize. The mass media has been feeding us bull hockey. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on. I mean, think about it. No one can afford to buy a new car anymore. I mean, it's like the top 10% can only afford a new car. We've got automotive manufacturers taking loans from the government, big loans, billion-dollar loans. Ford, Stellantis, GM, they all got loans from the government in the last 6 months. You're seeing some of the zombie companies starting to go under. Why are the zombie companies starting to go under now? Why? Ask yourself. We've been kicking the can down the road for years, and these zombie companies always found the money to stay in business, no matter how poorly their business was run. Now the zombie companies are starting to go under. Commercial buildings here in Chicago, it's not reported in the mainstream media, but the commercial buildings in Chicago are being they're not being refinanced. We got probably 5 million square feet of office space close to me that's in the process of being torn down. It's the collapse of the real estate, the commercial real estate is real. It's real, and it's going to get worse this year. But they don't report it much in the media. You don't hear about it in the media. It's affecting all the big population centers in the United States. And like I said, it's happening here close to me. There's many beautiful buildings that had to be returned to the bank, and someone came in and snatched them up for pennies on the dollar. So there's somebody benefiting on this, but there's also a loser. There's a loser. It's the pension funds and the regional banks that hold the loans on these high-priced commercial office buildings. So be careful with your money. Have a plan should the stock market go under, right? We saw the last couple of days how the stock market can take a hit, an extended hit. It may see some more major hits here in the coming month. I don't know. We're not giving financial advice, but plan for the unexpected. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you to plan for the unexpected, because in most cases it does happen, guys. It does happen. So if you haven't planned, if you failed to plan, you've prepared to fail. That is my word to you. If you prepare to fail, you've prepared to fail. All right. Yeah. Gary FL1, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a couple of days. FL Drew, he seems to get the same type of name as you. So if you see him, say hello. Tell him we miss him. I'm DJ Wonder Chrissy. This be Mr. T, Donnie, and together we are DJ and Donnie in the morning, podcasting from Chicago. Thanks for joining today, guys. I hope we got better news coming the rest of the week. And stay safe. Keep your head on a swivel and be prepared. Be prepared. Over and out. DJ Wonder Chrissy. See ya.